Hello everybody, I am Joey.
And I'm Justin.
And this is A Kid
And a Car Salesman.
So today we are at the Los Angeles Auto Show. Here at the Porsche booth. Behind us is the new 992 911. So coming to the front, it looks basically the same as far as the general looks go. However, it is much wider than before. It's around a couple inches wider in the front. The headlights they've completely redesigned. They sit much deeper, as you can see this gap.
I do like the new headlight a lot. That's one thing that stands out to me more than probably a lot of the other subtle changes. It's a big difference in the headlight, the shape of it, and I'm assuming when it's on, it's illuminating much brighter than previous models.
It is. They've also changed the looks as far as it, because the old one you had two separate units for your low beams and your high beams. On this one, it's just one big individual unit. And then you have these little tiny lights inside, which are for illuminating certain parts of the road. Fog lights are built into it. Everything is built in. It's clean, it's simple, and that's what a 911 design-wise is. And I feel like the 991 was a bit cluttered. And basically, as you'll notice throughout the whole design of the 992, everything's much simpler, and that's a good thing. Now, the fenders, as you'll see, they're much wider, and no, this is not a GT3. This is a normal Carrera S, and that's a big change because, well, consider that how much wider it is, and it's striking to many people how big this car finally is. And it's gotten to the point where you no longer think of a 911 as a small, normal car. It's big. The wheels are the Carrera Classic 5-spoke wheels. These you can only get custom ordered through Porsche exclusive manufacturer, which I love. And this one has the black painted rims with the silver, makes a great contrast. Now, one thing with Porsche exclusive manufacturer is you can customize just about everything. And so with wheels, you have the RS Spider from the racing car, you have the Carrera S wheel, kind of the classic, and then you have what they call the Carrera Classic, which is more for the base trim cars. But personally, I really love the design. And what's cool about this one, it's painted in a matching color to the car itself, in this cool green. Now, fun fact with Porsches, I don't know if you know this, but the way you tell the wheel is properly aligned is if the point of the crest matches up with the valve stem. Super cool fact. Now, one thing people are also complaining about is the door handle and mirror. And it's very different from the last generation because it's no longer rounded. It's much more jagged, and the idea was smooth airflow, less vortices. The door handle, it now pops out like a Tesla. It's no longer you pull out. They've finally gone with,
Joey, watch your mouth when we're in this booth. Don't say the T word.
Yes, on this channel we do not like Teslas. Sorry.
Whoa! Won't be getting sponsorship there. And we're here to talk about what all of the conversation has been about around the new Porsche design is this line. Let's take a look here at the hood. So we've got the new design, which breaks the traditional design, and there's been a heavy conversation. Joey, what do you think about the new line?
Well, the new line's very questionable to me because, as you can see over the classic line there on a Panamera, it comes straight around and it almost matches perfectly with the headlight, but it's very round and you don't really notice it kind of ends. And it just looks like one long flowing line. Now, let me show you to the new 911 because when we get to the new 911, it's a lot different. You come here now, one, on this bottom line, it doesn't match the front body panel. And then this line here,
it doesn't match.
It's nearly a 90-degree angle. And it's interesting. I don't know. I don't know if it has a function or not, but we'll see. The biggest change with the 991 is the interior though. It is completely digital. And as you'll see, there's only one physical gauge, and that is your odometer. Tachometer. Third time's the charm.
Third time's the charm, baby.
So, the rest of the gauges can be configured through the digital screen, so you can have your speedometer on the left side or the right side. That's custom, and that's cool. The new steering wheel as well is much smaller.
Drive mode option on the steering wheel.
Yeah, I think it's interesting though. Porsche Beverly Hills made the joke that it looks like a Barbasol shaver. And I have to agree with them.
You were telling me about this checkered fabric, which I actually like the concept of the fabric. I'm okay with it. A lot of people are very focused on luxury trim and luxury auto, but I think fabric is great in a market like Southern California where it's extremely hot and the fabric doesn't hold the heat as much as the leather does. So I'm not opposed to the fabric, and I like this checker print.
Yeah, and Porsche's also on the old 964s and F and G models. They had cloth interior standard, and you can get different trims and custom versions. And ever since then, they got rid of it because it wasn't luxurious enough. But now it's coming back in many ways. The Carrera T has this new custom trim. The GT3 and GT2 have these new custom cloths. And now even on the base Carrera, you have this cloth and this checkered pattern. And through Porsche exclusive, there will be different variants color-wise. So this will be super cool.
Awesome. Let's come around in the back because I think that's where some of the biggest changes are. And there's a lot of striking things to talk about back here.
There are. And to a normal person, the car looks the same as the 991 until you get to the rear end. So these grills are the same from the 991, but there's this new brake light, and they have this much smoother appeal to it. And they look like individual fingers in chrome, but it's a really cool detail, and it looks expensive and intricate. And with the new 911, Porsche didn't want it to be, your normal sports car. They took it to another level. The rear wing here is now active, and it can go up and down like a McLaren can. But what's cool about it is it functions as an air brake. So under braking, they say it stops around 5 feet, stops 5 feet shorter from 60 miles an hour.
Wow.
The taillight is very simple like a Panamera. This part of the taillight's the same, but it has this new bar on the brake light that goes all the way across. It's very smooth, it's very simple. I love it. But the thing I like most about this is the badging design. They've gone with the classic 911 badging there, the classic Porsche font here, and then they've gone with this new Carrera S badge in the cursive, which I really like. And then as far as the exhaust, you can get the 2 pipes or you can get the 4-pipe setup, which is the sports exhaust in this one, which I love. This one's a titanium exhaust as well. It's around a $2,000 option with the Sport Chrono package. The diffuser, there's no blades anymore. I'm not sure of the design behind that, but as you know, there will probably be different variants of the diffuser on 911 turbo models and so forth. And so that's what's been changed on the new 911. It's very interesting. A lot of people don't like it, but personally, I'm a fan. Justin, what do you think of the new 911?
I love it. I think it's gorgeous. They've outdone themselves again, and as people that follow the channel will know, I'm kind of just starting to get into the Porsche game, and I'm learning that no matter who I meet, everybody knows more about Porsche than me. I just know they make a pretty car and they go very fast, and I love that about them.
All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this video learning about the new 911.